I'm not gonna get stun locked today, but let's talk about some stuff. Okay, a few things. People asking Genshin to buff old characters, and on one hand, and sure, I'm all for Chongyun not sucking, or content that makes Venti meta again. But also, like, these guys are all 1.0, skull emoji. Okay, first and foremost, I just have to say something, and I want everyone to listen. To everyone who typed, ooh, one sneak, Beto sneak, Beto sneak. Walk into the ocean and then swim out of it. Like, don't like do anything harsh. But I'm just saying, listen, buddy. Is Beto the same tier as Bennett and Singcho? No, he's not. No, he's not. She's not. No, she's not. Okay, she's not Bennett. She's not Fischl. But she's pretty good, okay? She's still pretty good for a 1.0 4-star, especially with C2, especially in AoE / versus 2 enemies. Very solid 4-star. Kaya too. I could have put Kaya here. I probably should have. Obviously though, top 5 4-stars 1.0, you're looking at them. It's Bennett, it's Shangling, it's Singcho, it's Fischl, it's Sucrose. But she is good. It is definitely not a sneak. 2 sneaks, I would ban you from my chat. I'm very against echo chambers, but if you don't think Sucrose is one of the best 4-stars in the game, your IQ is too low to be honestly on the internet. I'm sorry. Like, she's not fun to play, but you just have to acknowledge what she gives you. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. It is what it is. Beto, I understand. Sucrose, that is crazy, especially in a gacha game where the 5-star upgrade costs you money. A few things. Firstly, just something I'm gonna say. First and foremost, the one thing, look, I shit on Genshin a lot, and there's a lot of things to shit on Genshin for, okay? Case in point, still don't have artifact presets. Now, one thing I think they do well is outside of Neuvillette and Mawika, they basically haven't power crept like anything, and a lot of characters are still relevant, and a lot of characters can clear the abyss, and it's not like you need every character, every new patch that are fucking broken. This is the bro. This is so that's the one thing that I do like. Now, I will say we don't know where this is going because the abyss has been getting more annoying, but so far that's where we're at. Now, with that said, you know, there are some okay, this comment did make me get out of bed in the morning. I'm very grateful. I didn't want to reply to it because it boosts its engagement, right? I had like 20 likes. Now, because I commented to it, 17k people saw it. It got 96. Now, did I ratio them? Yes. Is their opinion completely invalid? Absolutely. But it did give me a stun lock that I think I could dedicate a good 30 minutes of our stream to. So that's gonna be some great content. So, for example, right? Those are 4-stars that they really messed up balancing. I agree. Well, I agree in the sense that they're too strong, but it's not a bad thing because basically free characters, right? 4-stars from 1.0, so everyone has them, or you can get them from the monthly shop. Being strong is a good thing. Great. Now, it's the second part. Literally every 5-star character since 1.0 to 3.2 needs a huge buff. Firstly, they specifically said to 3.2. Who's a 3.2 5-star? Nahida. Boy, I sure hope she gets buffed. Do you know who else was in that time range? Kazuha. Boy, I sure hope he gets buffed. Anyways, who invited Beto? Oh my god. Yo, the 129 people that like this, I will find you. I will literally spawn behind you in your mirror. Yes, I get it. Ororon's great. Fischl's great. Beto's not top 5 4-stars, but she's a pretty decent good one, okay? She saved a lot of players. Like, I agree she's not on the same level. Still good, okay? Don't talk to me. This abyss, she's not that great because it's single target. All this to say a few things. Firstly, let me start by saying this. I think the balancing, while some characters I think are too strong and some characters are too weak, for the most part, compared to the other games I've played, I'm pretty happy that it's not just shameless power creep. However, I will say, look, I'm on the side of the player here, okay? If Genshin's like, yo, should we make some characters that suck better? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Give me a Chongyun that does something. Give me Venti that actually sucks up enemies. Because, okay, Venti's kit is good. They just nerfed him by releasing enemies he can't suck. They should just make him suck every okay, pause. They should make his burst able to group every enemy, including like big or quote like bosses. Fuck it. It's the Archon. Like, why can't he group them? Okay, that's just my opinion. But like, that's a Venti thing. And like, look, for a lot of other characters, maybe like a Eula, I'm fine with her getting better. Like, that's not something I'm against. So all of that, I'm for. I'm just saying though, it's the balancing in this game is a lot better, a lot healthier. It's not amazing. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than most games. And it's to the point where most DPSs, most characters can clear if built properly and in proper teams. Now, disclaimer, the current abysses kind of suck a ween, okay? I'm sorry for the language, but the last two abysses, 2 ago was the hardest one of all time. 4-star clearing was really annoying. This one, I managed to 4-star clear easily, and, well, easily for my standards. And it's not as hard, but it is a DPS. It is a sort of character check. Not, like, you don't need specific characters, but for example, second half, you really want Night Soul. First half, certain characters do way better. Shao can't even clear this abyss, and Shao's a good DPS. I know you're gonna be like, oh, Copium. Yeah, he's good. But this abyss is his worst abyss of all time. I'm just being honest. And they bring back like the ley line disorder buffs, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. For this one, it's not bad because, for example, Maoika can do really well even first half where she's not buffed because she's so good. But a character that's typically worse, like Yoimiya, is now actually pretty decent because of the buff. So if they use it to make worse characters better, it's good. If they use it to make, hey, you need a Night Soul character or go fuck yourself, it could get worse. So, well, that's kind of what the second half is. But we'll see how it goes in the future. If they keep bringing it back or if they don't, we don't know. So I would like to disclose that. Now, okay, to be fair, I haven't actually cleared with Yoimiya this abyss. So I don't even know if she can, but I assume she, dude, it's like 75 normal attack damage bonus. Why would Yoimiya not be able to clear? Anyways, I digress. And okay, another thing is most DPSs, this is another thing, even the ones that are considered mid or not like terrible, but whatever, can clear if, you know, proper investment, good team, stuff like that. And that's not like, you don't need all 5 stars. You don't need the newest support every fucking patch. Oh my God, what? You play Bronya? Brother, you need Sparkle. What, you play Sparkle? You need Sunday. What, you need Ron May? I'm just saying, not the, you know, I'm just saying. But now, with that said, some supports, I do think some releases, making other characters better is a good thing. Now, I don't think it's a good thing if you need every single new support. But, for example, Farina coming and bring a lot of DPSs back is really good. Some niche ones. Shan Yun making plungers better, really good. Chevris, amazing 4-star, that's just opens up a new archetype and is really like honestly meta in a lot of teams. Sitlali's a big buffer, Shan Yun, Kazuha, like there's a lot of characters, well, those are just generic, but some characters for certain archetypes, Farazan, even though I think her design sucks because her kit is kind of locked behind C6, C2, stuff like that, but, well, mostly C6. But, you know, new teams is a good way to buff some characters, but if it's like, hey, you have to pull this new 5-star for your character to be playable, that's not as healthy. It's fine in certain instances. For example, like, you don't need Shan Yun to, like, Shan Yun is a good way to say, hey, if you want to play Diluc Plunge, boom, you have a really good team now, right? Even though she's a 5-star, it's like, okay, well, she fits, like, this type of account. So I think she's a good release in that regard. But obviously, for some characters, yeah, if the question is, would you want them to get maybe higher scalings? Yeah, I would. But the point is that in Genshin right now, unless they make the Abyss way harder, and, you know, they honestly have been, so we'll see, a lot of different teams and a lot of good teams can clear unless they just do cringe element checks. Now, example, they did cringe element checks, which is why, like, last Abyss was really annoying. This Abyss kind of as well, but last Abyss in particular, a lot of teams would just not be able to clear, even though they were good teams. This Abyss is easier. Anyways, I digress. Now, the comment that stunlocked me, I don't disagree that there's some older 5-stars that kind of suck or could be stronger. Now, with that said, let's look at every 5-star character from 1.0 to 3.2. I'm not gonna rank every character. However, characters since 1.0 to 3.2 that are so bad that they're basically not, the way I view this is they need a buff or a rework to be good. All I'm gonna say, so they got buffed through releases, great. I'm not even gonna rank everyone. Great for a standard 5-star. All I'm gonna say, I'm not even gonna say anything. All I'm gonna do is show you something, okay? I don't even need to touch the other characters. I literally don't. I know you could talk about like Mona, fucking Ayato. You could talk about, although he got power crep, but he's still decent. Kokomi, I'm actually gonna put Kokomi there. You could talk, well, actually I won't because Neverland exists, but I still think she's great. Like, I'm not even gonna talk about other characters, but the comment was literally, there's not one character in this period that's good. Brother, Kazuha, Nahida, Yelan, Raiden. Okay, people are getting mad at the characters I'm not clicking on, so I guess I'll rank a little bit more. Let me add another tier. At least good enough. Said I'm gonna talk about shira. Nilu's weird because she's kind of niche, but she's really good when she works. Well, I mean, I don't care. Fuck you, I like Nilu. Raiden over Hu Tao? I don't necessarily agree, but I don't think, well, I mean, it's probably this. Well, it's probably this. We need a tier that's should be standard. Like characters like Albedo, and I would even argue like Eula Klee. Well, maybe not Eula. I'm not okay. We'll talk about Eula later. Klee is someone who got a lot better with Farina and stuff. And I haven't played her like a lot at all, but I've seen clears and calcs that point to Klee being okay. But I still think characters like that should just go standard. You know what? Sidrun too. Jean did get buffed because of Farina, but Shan Yun is mostly a better Jean. And like, I'm gonna be honest, please don't get mad at me for this take. I kind of like Lanyan more than Jean. Like, Lanyan just gives you a, like, obviously with Farina you want a healer, but like, Lanyan is just so good. I like Lanyan more than the fucking Zhongli, but that's like a story for another day. Okay, we'll talk about Sidrun later. Eula, okay, Eula, I'll admit, I will take a Eula buff. Now, she also technically, like, if I'm being technical about got buffed through releases, Eula got way better teams. Okay, I know Jamie fucking yaps about her being good. Same with Klee, and I have respect for him, so I'm gonna put them there out of respect for him. But I'm gonna be honest, buddy, just put the Hyper Bloom in the bag, okay? Put the Hyper Bloom in the bag, okay? Venti got nerfed through releases. I'm gonna be honest. Venti is one of the few characters that like got nerfed through releases. Ito also got better teams through releases. Mona over Jean, what? They're literally next to each other. This isn't a tier list, okay? This is just, I know it looks like a tier list, but it's literally like, this is like what I would describe them as, okay? And it's not power level. Like, obviously power level, fuck, like Eula's not here, bro. Yeah, fuck you, Eula, whatever, I don't care anymore. Fuck you. Are you happy? Like, Ayaka also got nerfed through releases. That doesn't mean she's terrible. It's just there's a lot of content that's unfreezable. Because there's a lot of content that's unfreezable, Ayaka is more annoying. Like, sometimes she's amazing, sometimes she's just like, eh. I will say about Ayato and Child, Ayato is annoying because in a vacuum, he's pretty good. He's not like broken, like his damage isn't like incredible, but what's nice about him is he can be played as a driver in any team that wants Hydro. The problem is Neuvillette is just fucking big dick, like the guy she told you not to worry about. Aito's like, oh no, I can apply Hydro too. Neuvillette, sure. No one gets him anymore. But if you have him, like, he's still good in a lot of teams. You just wouldn't pull for him unless you just like him because Neuvillette exists. And because there's a better Hydro driver now, someone like Kokomi, I think also loses value, but still is a healer, so you can still make the case that, okay, I need healing in this team. I want to play her in like Bloom. No. I would put Ayato even lower in terms of pull priority then, because I would even rather have Kokomi. With that said, someone like Child is someone who I think is better. I think people overglaze or like over exaggerate how hard certain characters are to play, but I think Child is someone who gets a lot more value when you know what you're doing. So for some people, he'll be like really good because you can play him in the one team with Shangling. And if your skill's like never on cooldown, right? You're doing like fucking 3 charge attacks or whatever your rotation is, you're managing your cooldown, you're managing your burst, you're double swirling, you know what you're doing, he's a good character. If not, you're just like a random Unga Boonga, I play Genshin for fun, which is normal, then he won't be as good for you. But that's fine, which I think is a good thing to balance around. Moalani, for example, has a big skill issue factor, okay? I've seen clips, I don't want to say names, but a Surden's a Jeff 77 miss like 50 Moalani attacks and be like, I hate Moalani, and look, buddy, I love you, but I also love Moalani, and I also hate playing her sometimes, but it is a skill issue. I mean, she's also kind of annoying, but you have to reset, but she's really good, and she doesn't need good teams. Like, she makes good teams out of nothing, making love out of nothing at all. She makes good teams out of nothing at all, which is cool because like I don't think she's good for like whale speedrunning. She's also good for like low investment, or not low investment, you want to invest into her, but like dog shit teams. Like your overall account investment is low, and you could clear with Moalani because her damage is really good, and she can run like random pyro character, Pyro MC, Dea, fucking Toma, who cares, and like random ass teammates Kachina versus someone who wants more, you know, like a Bennett or something. So like Child, for example, he gets value when you know what you're doing. Mualani, also, it's like, if you know how to rotate with her, you're not missing your attacks, you're not just randomly dying or missing your burst, which, you know, shit happens. Mualani can get a lot of value. So I do like her a lot. I'm not even talking about these characters anymore. I like Mualani. Also Kanich, my goat. So yeah, I mean, this was a bit of a stun lock. Well, not really. Like I was like thankful that they commented this so I could talk about it. But like, the point is, okay, this isn't like a tier list. Like, I know this isn't like ordered, okay? But like, a lot of these characters are still good or at least viable. Others, I think, could get better in a few ways. Either releasing teams that help them, supports that help them, direct buffs if they want to buff characters. I'm all for that. Or stay as they are and they're still like viable. Like Ayato and Child, I would consider good. I don't know where to put them. Like, I'm just gonna, I mean, this isn't really a, okay, I'm just gonna leave them here. But like, I would consider these two good. Yai is fine. Good in certain teams, kind of whatever in others. Yoimiya is Yoimiya. Yeah. So like, some of these characters are whatever, some are still good. Like Ayato's still good, Child's still good, Yai's still good, right? You can clear with Sino, you can clear with Ganyu. Some characters getting better with teams is like really nice. So example, I saw a lot of people saying, yo, make Dea good again, make Dea, yo, buff Dea, buff Dea. And when she first came out, I was on the, you know, Dea should work better. And I don't think I was like wrong about her because, well, fuck you, I wasn't. Her burst is like broken. It doesn't work with like Yelan and stuff, even though she's punching, it's not a normal attack. Like, her burst sucks. It just does. And I think for her design to make sense, her burst shouldn't be that. So I agree with that. However, people saying she's underpowered is wrong now because her skill is just good. Like, her skill, it's not good, it has shit uptime, but it's good enough, and you can run sack to be good for like Kanich stuff. It gives you interruption resistance. You can reset the uptime with sack. You can now with Kanich, boom, that's a good team. With Neuvillette, boom, you have a good team. So even technically Linny, but there's a problem with Linny because the uptime's not amazing. So you either have to use it before Bennett burst and then you use Bennett uptime, or after. No, before and then you lose field uptime, or after and then you lose Bennett uptime. But I think she's a good character now. Like, I think she's, I'm gonna say it, I think she's above average because she plays a really good role in like a random Kanich or Mualani team who are good characters. Neuvillette too, but Neuvillette doesn't need her as much. Like, Neuvillette has better options. Coping, I mean, you literally just press E and swap out. That's good. The more time you spend on a support, the worse. Like, she's also standard. Like, I don't think she's better than the average like new limited 5-star. No, but like, she's decent now. But like, that's how Genshin buffs characters. That's kind of my point. It's not so much to glaze Dea, it's, yeah, she did get buffed, right? Dendro buffed a lot of characters. You call everyone decent? I literally have a fuck you tier. But also, I mean, isn't that a good thing? Like, I'm not lying. No one's paying me to fucking say a character is good. So if a lot of characters are decent, what does that mean? They can 9-star floor 12. That's a good thing. The game's relatively balanced. Now, with that said, a lot of characters get buffed with the releases, and I think that's good. It's not good if it's like, you need this new 5-star all the fucking time to make your characters stay relevant. But if they're like, hey, a lot of our plungers suck, here's Shan Yun to make the plunge characters better for accounts that want to play plunges, that's nice. Especially if it's a 4-star or someone that isn't constellation dependent, right? For example, I think Chevy's a great addition. I think Auroron is also a great addition for like taser teams, or just if you want the scroll set in general. Like you can play him in like way more teams than you think. He's really good. I will say Artifact. I think Artifact power creep is a lot better than character power creep. Scroll set's kind of broken, but it's not really a bad thing. It's kind of annoying if it's like you need to run the scrolls. Well, you want to run the scroll set, but it's just another option. It's pretty nice. Anyways, I think we're done yapping. We're done yapping. Finally, tier list is useless. I mean, it's not a tier list, bro. Like it's a tiered list. Exactly, but it's not like, you gotta read what it says, okay? Also, Chao's here. Fuck you. Chao's a character that like, dude, he's the GOAT. He actually is. I actually saw other people rank DPSs, and Chao's like, he's the best, not best character. Like, he's the best after you get through like all the like best ones. He's like the best of the tier under the best ones, you know? Like, he's not top 5. But like, he's like chilling after class. Like, he's like, oh, see me after class, right? When you're bored of Mawika and Arlecchino. He's also he's like a different kind of expensive. He's expensive, but in a selfless way. Like, well, he is selfish, but like, he's expensive team-wise, but like, you don't want his cons. You don't want, like, his weapon's good, But like, you don't need his weapon. Any good polearm is good. Like, okay, his free-to-play option polearm wise sucks. But if you have a single good polearm in your account, it's good for him. It's just the Farzan, Shenyu, and Farina that's like, well, you don't need Farina, but 2 of the 3. That's rough. Especially the Farzan. What the fuck? 1990 resin? Brother, I'm sick and I can't play the game, okay? Okay, yeah, I'm out the way, yeah, I'm low, okay? Bro, so